Hello, welcome on this first Lovetwalk, which is basically a talk where I take you on a walk. So the subject for today is a quote that I find very appropriate to this time of the year. So today is the 12th of December, so it's almost the turning of the year. And this quote says, "Be proud of everything you have achieved. Even if you have 1,000 more dreams, always look back on how far you have come." And I think it's a beautiful quote. So that's the thing I also would like to invite you to make an exercise of that. And that's precisely what I'm going to do in this Lovetwalk. So for me, 2022, it was born out of a year of fear, discrimination, polarization. But whereas 2021, I was still very imprisoned by this fear, by the horror of everything I saw around me. I managed to rise above that fear in 2022. So I was able to rise above that and transform this weakness into a strength. So briefly said, 2022 was actually a very beautiful and empowering year for me. It already started in December of 2021, where I decided to pour out all these fears of everything I saw around me, of the discrimination, the dehumanization, the polarization, all these horrors. I decided to pour them into a song. But not only my fears, also my inner knowledge and my own strength. So I all poured it into this composition, and if you're curious, you can watch it over here. And during that period, or after the song was completed, me and one of my best friends got very busy with the recordings. I did like the audio part of it, and he did the visual part of it, making the movies and the editing stuff and such. And during this period, I got to meet Lieve Annemans. And Lieve Annemans in Belgium is quite a known welfare economist who is especially known also for his pleas for more humanity during the Corona crisis. And this meeting only even got me more convinced of the corruption of the mainstream media. Because in the mainstream media, Lieve Annemans is portrayed as an inhuman, as a danger to society. But actually, he's the total opposite of that. So rarely do you meet such people who are wise, good-hearted, and also brave enough to gently but firmly speak up against everything that was happening and is still happening. So later I got to know his wife and many other beautiful souls during the bonfire sessions that I started organizing in February of 2022. And regarding to these bonfire sessions, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those beautiful people I have met during my my trip through Flanders. And so to every single one of them, and I'm sure some of them are watching this, from my heart, I say thank you. Because of two reasons. One, you stay authentic. You stay true to yourself, to the values you carry in your heart. And staying true to yourself these days is not that easy. It's actually extremely difficult. So, but yet you do it, and I really respect that. So thank you for that. And also, the second thing, I cannot underestimate how much you've contributed to this part of my healing journey. Because you really have done a lot for me. You have helped me make sense of this turbulent year, 2021. And you also, with your warmth and your support, you gave me so much energy. And this is an energy I was able to use to continue my own work on my own projects. And in turn, I can put beautiful things into the world to also help others. And I'm very grateful for that. In 2021, my former music projects, they fell apart as a result of everything that was happening. And initially that was a setback, but it very quickly turned out to be a great gift, because it freed up a lot of time so I could finally work on projects that I had in mind for already a long time, but I never really got around to give them my all. And so with the loss of these bands, I did get that opportunity. So since 2022, I've been able to work very diligently on my book and also on my online training. And I'm still working on these things. Because by now I've figured out these are the kinds of projects which a company would normally hire some experts to get these things done. They would throw some experts on it. And I think around about 7 employees who all specialize in a different aspect, so that a project like or projects like these, they would be able to be launched in 3 or 4 months. So that would be quite handy. But now I'm all doing it by myself, and I'm everything but an expert in all of the subjects. So I kind of underestimated the projects. So I learn as I go, just like that. I learn as I go. For example, recording movies. How do I do it? What equipment do I need for it? What settings, and so forth and so on. And also like the audio, which turns out to be a profession in its own. So yeah, at first I thought, well, I'm a musician, so I have some experience with audio, so that'll be settled quickly. Well, nope. It turned out to be the trickiest thing of all. But yeah, as I said, I learn as I go. And all of this is also a very good exercise, actually, in letting go of perfectionism, which I'm quite a bit prone to. So then I tell myself, look, you're not an expert. You can't expect everything to be perfect right away. Just take the steps, one step at a time. And with that kind of energy, this learning process becomes actually very enjoyable. So I am immersing myself in the technical aspects of video and audio, but also in content creation, in online marketing, in graphic design, in building websites, because building a website with WordPress is also something very new to me. So yeah, for the book, it's very much the same. There's a lot more to it than I initially thought. But yeah, they are super fun projects, and yeah, I'm learning tons of new things, which is very exciting. However, I would also be, I think, relieved when they are completed, these projects. And that is my goal for 2023. And that brings us to my intentions for 2023. As I said, I would like to complete the training and my book in 2023. And after that, I hope to have more time. Like, I have a more quote-unquote normal life, so I can spend some time with friends and family, and especially with my grandmother, since she's not the youngest anymore. She's 89 at this moment. And I've always had a very good bond with her. Not a band, but a bond. She's like a mother to me. And she absolutely doesn't want to go to a nursing home. So I at least like to try to take care of her as much and as long as possible. Probably that's not going to be easy, I know that. I am aware of that, but I want to give it a try so that I cannot blame myself for not having tried. So that's what I want to work towards in 2023 also, spending more time with friends and family. In addition, there are 3 other things on my wish list. I've been dreaming of a tiny house for a while now, and in Belgium, this is still a wasp's nest. So unfortunately, they're being very difficult when it comes to this form of living. But with some good preparation and some proper knowledge, it should be possible. So yeah, in 2023, I want to gain that knowledge in order to gradually move towards my own tiny house. So that's a big dream of mine. Then the second thing is in terms of healing. I've also been dreaming about, for a while now, of pranic living. And I would like to follow an in-depth retreat on pranic living. And for those who don't know, Briefly, pranic living means something like living from light. And for the ones who are interested, I'll also put a video up here so you can check it out. I have many reasons for wanting to do pranic living or practice pranic living, but maybe the most important one is my own curiosity about how our subconscious core beliefs determine our lives, how they shape us, how they limit us, especially the limitations, and how we can change all of this, how we can change our lives by changing our deep core beliefs. So that I find extremely fascinating. Then the third thing is also a bit, I guess, related to the second, in the sense of nothing is what it seems. And so I want to delve more into sovereignty, and I want to take some courses on it, and that way also work towards my own sovereignty. By the way, the view is really pretty here, so I'm going to show you. Anyways, sovereignty. I'll put also somewhere here, like probably here, I'll put a video for those who are interested. And actually, also for those who may not be very interested or just don't know what I'm talking about, I really highly recommend you to watch this interview, because the things that are possible for us really knock you off your feet. So watch it and then draw your conclusions. Afterwards, you can do with it what you want, but I highly recommend you watch it. So that's it for my own achievements for 2022 and my intentions for 2023. And then finally, I of course invite you to do the same exercise. So look back on what 2022 has brought you. What are the lessons you learned? What have you achieved? And very important, pat yourself on the shoulder for that, for the things you have achieved. So recognize yourself for that. And then of course, dare to dream. What are your wishes, your desires for 2023? What are your intentions? And how could you turn them into a concrete reality? I'd also like to invite you to share these intentions. So share them just below the video in the comments. Because, there are a few reasons why sharing them is a good idea. One is because when you share your intentions with a group of people and you do it in writing, you already partially manifest them. So it's really like supercharging your intentions and their manifestation power. And secondly, just because I'm curious about your intentions, I just want to know. So, that was it for now, I guess. I just want to wish you very nice holidays, very warm time with your friends and your family. But let it also be a time of stillness, of rest, of contemplation, and above all, a time of coming home to yourself. So have a nice time. Enjoy it. Bye bye.